This nostalgia
is Bob Clemente is a dirty old man, which he admitted to me walking in Monroeville in the Target parking lot. We were walking in and he was staring at, like, you know, a girl. This is when I was like 20 or 21, something like that. Whatever the appropriate, like, collegiate age is for that. And he was, like, staring at a girl, and I guess he thought he saw me catch him staring. Mm-hmm. And he said, well, you know, what can I tell you? I'm a dirty old man. And he said that. Those were his
I don't think he knows
words.
what that means.
Well, he also... I was talking about a gangbanger, which does have the meaning of, like, if you watch it on Cops, like, oh, these gangbangers on the street, of meaning, like, you know, a thug, a petty wannabe, you know, repping colors and stuff like that. But he actually, this was with Michael Parrish in tow, coming home from Kennywood, and somehow we were talking about this. And so I'm using, like, my tough guy 14-year-old language, like, yeah, there were a lot of gangbangers at the park, or something like that. But,
hey Bailey.
Hey Bailey. But he said, well, Ian, you know, you shouldn't use words if you don't know what they mean. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you know, and he basically said gangbang is multiple rape. He said something about, like, you know, unless you're saying that there was multiple rape going on at the park.
Christ.
And I'm like, well, that's really inappropriate, and you know what I meant, but whatever. And, you know, I just let it slide.
Should I say something that really incriminates him after your story?
I think we should incriminate him now. Maybe we can break this up into a part 1, part 2.
This is really weird because I didn't... Just to preface it real quick, like, sexuality in our house was just, like, non-existent.
At all.
Mom and Dad showed no affection. We got, like, the typical scientific explanation of the birds and the bees.
I didn't. Move on. Go on.
I did. But it was... It just wasn't a thing, and it was treated as such, like, a taboo, dirty thing to even think about it. And even that's how Ian and I treated each other for a while, where we didn't talk about that type of thing at all for years. So it was, like, ingrained in us, where it was just like...
Sex is bad, like...
Sex is bad, just don't talk about it. But anyways, when we went to Jill's dance recitals, he would always talk about, well, maybe we'll get lucky and see some awesome bulges. With these girls that... They weren't 18.
Two or three of them were.
2 or 3 of them were, but that's like... And he kept saying, oh, look at those bulges. And I'm like... like, I knew what he meant, but it's just like... You don't want your dad to say that, 1. 2, you know it's wrong. And 3, he just didn't talk that way. So I don't know, like, what level he was trying to connect with me on. But it was so weird, and I couldn't look at it. And obviously that's what I was looking at, but they were my age.
Well, one final piece of evidence.
I'm stressed out.
Struggling with that.
I'm stressed out.
Okay. Oh. Well, one final nail in the coffin is when I was dating, and yes, this is a shout out to you, Miss Lindsay Schramm. When I was dating her.
2 M's?
Yeah. Anyway, I brought her home for Thanksgiving one year, and we were just having like a man-to-man conversation, just like, we're guys, so we're just talking. We were standing in the kitchen, I think he was cutting the turkey, and I don't even know if I solicited what he thought of her. I may have said, well, you know, do you like her? But he's like, oh, yeah, she seems like a nice girl, she's talkative, she's very outgoing, and he said, to be honest, I'm a little jealous. I was like, God... Am I ever going to be able to, like, look at my girlfriend? So that's probably the demise of the relationship right there.
You're like, my dad likes you, so I'm sorry.
I'm out.
Bob Clemente, the police are on their way.
Oh.